Most people still think that you need hundreds of thousands of views to generate money from your content, and in today's video I'm going to prove them wrong, because I'm going to walk you through my math and system that allows you to print hundreds of thousands of dollars, as I put right here, with less than 1,000 subscribers and on average 200, 500, let's say 1K views per video. Let's dive straight in. I'm going to walk you through the entire math, and later I'm going to show you my system, how you can do the same. So listen, I'm going to compare the old way and I'm going to put their new way of monetizing your audience and making money from your content. Just to quickly introduce myself, I will keep this video raw, authentic. I will not add too many edits or stuff. My name is Jovan Vezmar. I'm 18 years old currently, and I've been into online space for the past 3 years, and I help hundreds of clients generate real money and cash from content that we make, specifically on YouTube. So let's compare now the old way versus the new way, how you can make money on YouTube. And the old way is making money from ads. So you would make a video, you would try to make video go as viral as possible, get as much views as possible, because you would monetize on RPM, and RPM stands for revenue per 1,000 views, which is $3. So for every 1K views you would make $3, which means if you want to make $3,000, you need your video to pop to literally like 1 million views and 1 million eyeballs. Now you may say that this is like good amount of money, but comparing to the new way that I'll show you in a sec, this is literally nothing. And this is why you see all of those influencers and big creators with thousands and thousands of subscribers who are making literally nothing, like minimum wage, comparing to the amount of attention that they have. If you're starting from zero, this is not the easiest way and the most profitable way, because to make a video that goes really super viral, like 1 million views, it's pretty hard if you're starting from zero. But now, on the other hand, I'm going to show you one system how you can make a lot from only 1K views. I want to strategically approach this content creation game so I can make specific videos that only attract my ideal clients, so then I can sell them my solution, my offer on the back end. So listen, let's say we're selling some type of product, let's say some agency, done for you agency, whether it's like cold email agency or some ads agency, and our offer costs, let's say $5,000, or let's put 3 as here. Let's put 3 as here. So 3K is price of our offer that we are selling. If our video gets 1K views, which you may consider as video flopped, but those views, because you made this video so specific and it's some topic about your offer, like if you're in cold email, you were talking about cold email systems, cold email infrastructure. If you're in paid ads, you were talking about scaling and building all these campaigns and stuff. So we get like 1K views. Those views are pretty specific, because no one would watch your video randomly if they don't have an interest to actually click and spend their time watching it. So you have to understand that the video that you made, in most scenarios, watched by people who have some intention behind it, who have some interest to actually watch, right? To spend their time, because you're technically stealing their time. Your long form videos are 15, 20, even more minutes. Out of those 1K views, let's say 10%, which is a realistic number, 10% stick until the end, meaning they watch and they hear your CTA at the end, because at the end of your video you would tell something that to move people either to your landing page, or to book a call, or to checkout page to buy your product, whatever you sell. So 10%, or even less, 5 to 10% would hear your CTA, which is 100 people. Out of those 100 who are hearing your CTA, 10% again will book a call or go to your landing page, right? And let's say if they booked a call, because your closing rate is 30%, you would close 3 clients, because 30% of 10 people who booked, you would close 3 to 4 clients, right? So from the beginning, out of just one video that you consider as flopped, you closed 3 clients, which is like 3 times 3,000 is almost like 10K from just one video. There are multiple factors in the back end that are needed in order to, make this actually like a reality for your own situation. And that is why I'm going to walk you through 5 important steps. So firstly, we're going to cover offers, like what type of offers work for YouTube and what you need to sell and how to structure offers in order to, make money from your content on YouTube. Then we will talk about the ICP, which stands for ideal customer persona, and how can those 1K views that I put right here, how can they all be like your ideal clients, or like most of it, at least like 80%, how it can be, how your video can be watched by only people who have intention to buy and not some random buyers, random unqualified buyers. So ICP, we will cover like their desires, fears, motivators, how to like understand properly your ICP so you can structure content to talk to them. Then we will talk about the actual funnel and what formats work for YouTube, like what type of video specifically you need to make from like title, thumbnail and stuff. Then we will talk about the system, which is like system behind how to close people through that content and how it all works together. And lastly, we are going to talk about consistency, because all this is an organic game. So you need to be patient enough, because growth is exponential on YouTube and not linear, and most people don't get that, so they quit too early and they don't see any results. Let's first start with section number 1, which are offers and what offers specifically work for YouTube. Coaching offers, so any type of like info product, if you're selling some type of course or like mentorship, and let's say you're selling mentorship like 2K, 3K, 5K, those type of offers work really good, because YouTube is the place where you build a lot of trust, and in the info space, because of bad reputation, YouTube is perfect because you can really like show results, show your personality, and people can connect with you, the best after all platforms. So for any type of info product, YouTube works the best. Then we can do for agencies. So any type of agency, like done for you agencies mostly. Like I recently worked with a client who was selling a cold email, like done for you offer, and he was running his cold email agency. So we scaled his YouTube a lot, and he ended up booking some calls as well. So agency, then SaaS also work as well. I mean, it's like same as agency, you just build a software for that. So usually those SaaS, especially if they're like higher ticket, we can like really promote it good on YouTube, and go more into weeds how it can specifically help to solve some specific problems that your ICP has. So any type of SaaS, agency done for you, coaching offer, and those type of offers like work really good on YouTube. Now, if you're selling some, let's say, info product, there's like lower ticket, which is like $50, let's say $50 to like $300. This can work, but then in this scenario, you need a lot of attention. Same as Iman Gadzhi. When like Iman Gadzhi, when he made a lot of like money from his low ticket offer, at that time he had like I think like 2 to 3 million subscribers. Obviously, like the more attention you have on YouTube, and if you have like 100k subs, 200, 300k subs, then you can sell some type of low ticket product. But because I'm speaking directly to people who are in the beginning, in your scenario, it's better to sell something high ticket, because you just need few clients to make a lot of money. Now, second thing I want to talk about is your ICP and how you can find those unique viewers, and how you can really like speak to ideal clients through your long form content. Firstly, you need to understand your ideal client. That's the first step. You need to do your own research, because if you miss this step, you will not be able to craft your videos specifically to them. So for each ICP, let's say like this is your ideal client right here, you need to figure out their desires, their fears, then their motivators, like what motivates them to take action, motivators, and lastly, pains and struggles. Once you get information, and I know exactly like what my audience wants, what are their desires, what are their fears, so I specifically craft my videos to appeal to those, elements. So once you understand your desires, your fears, your motivators and pains and struggles, then you'll be able to inject each of these throughout your content. So whether it's, adding some sentences like during your intro, or like adding something in between like body that will, increase the fear, so they end up, actually booking that call because they fear that, or like pointing out that desired state that they can have if they end up working with you, or it's like when it comes to like motivation, you can like what motivates them to take action, so you can increase those factors, or like pains and struggles. The more you talk about the pains in their current state, you can show later your solution, and they can also like because of that end up working with you. So once you have like list 5 to 10, right, list 5 to 10 details for all of these categories, and you need to know them literally in the middle of the night. If I wake you up, you need to know those exactly, so you can craft your videos in a way to inject all of these elements. Now this can also work for your thumbnail, because when you have your thumbnail, most people, where they make a mistake, they just repeat or put some random text or on thumbnail, or just repeat the same text that is like on title on thumbnail. But this is completely wrong, because you have to use all of these like motivators, fears, pains, desires, to add those elements in like thumbnail or like title, so they can end up watching this video in first. Next thing, which is also important, is to analyze your sales calls. So your sales calls is literally the best information where you can understand properly what type of videos you need to make. Because on sales calls, listen, the guys that are like number one in the space, they're not getting any objections, because their content is so good. If your content is better, you will get less sales calls and less objections, and people will naturally want to work with you more. Which means if you have a lot of like objections, what you should do, you should take those objections and turn them into an actual YouTube video. If they see that you made a video that's like solving their objection, right? They can check the video before the call, and if you provided a good solution, if you gave good proof, great examples, this objection will be pre-solved. And if you can like directly impact their mindset, you can solve their objections up front. So this is why it's super important. So I want you all to analyze your sales calls. You can go to Claude and you can paste your entire like call transcript and tell Claude to extract all those objections, so you can turn them into actual like YouTube video. So this is super important. Geographic characters, like where they live, how old they are. Obviously these factors are important, but you're like obviously you already know them, but like these 4 things like pains, desires, fears and motivators are really good, because you inject them throughout your video, and these are the things, and these emotions actually bring the sale later. Probably like wondering like, okay, but what type of videos, like what should I create, what should I talk about, how should I structure those videos? And now I'm going to show you the exact funnel that works on YouTube for all business owners. So listen, I like to view YouTube and YouTube videos through one funnel. So I'm going to write it right here. So if we split this funnel into 3 sections, we have their top funnel, then this part is mid funnel, and this part right here is bottom funnel. At the end, obviously after this bottom funnel, there's cash, and we all want cash. So you need to move people from top till mid till bottom funnel, and they will end up paying you at the end. So listen, firstly, let me tell you about all of these funnels. So top funnel content are videos that specifically drive traffic and drive attention towards your channel, because like you can't make money from 0 viewers. You need to get some audience, you need to get some attention in the beginning, and this is all done in top funnel content. What are the best ways to get actual attention is to some shorter, more interesting videos, more action-based videos. So all videos, they're like going viral, or like some proven like outliers. Outliers means videos that perform better than other ones, because they have some proven concept within them. So all of these outliers, then all like interesting, more viral videos, they're all top funnel because they drive traffic toward your channel. You can make how-to videos, for example. These are known as action-based content, action-based, because those action-based videos, how to, are very good because they're searchable. A lot of people, and I'm usually like doing that when I'm, when I have some issue, I would search on YouTube like how to solve XYZ, and because they're searchable, they drive a lot of attention. So if you position based on your offer, if you come up with, for example, if you're a video editor, a lot of people are making videos like how to edit like Iman Gadzhi, and these videos like pop so hard because a lot of people search like how I can edit like Iman Gadzhi, right? So if you position video, if you position and give to people what they want and what they need, you can make some outliers pretty good. Through mid-funnel content, through this part right here, what we're going to do is we want to introduce them to our offer, and we want to go more into weeds, what we sell, and talk about what problems we solve. So in this part, mid-funnel, I like to call it nurturing phase. Out of, let's say, 10 people, or like let's put like 5, hypothetically speaking, out of those 5 who came to our YouTube channel, we are going to nurture all of these 5, and we will end up with only, let's say, 2 to 3 people who actually like have interest in watching our YouTube content. We in mid-funnel content, we're going to talk about more like educational content. We're going to educate our audience what we do, what problems we solve. We're going to make more, let's say, longer videos, more in depth, show more of our expertise, like what are we actually doing, like what am I doing. If you go to my channel, yes, you can see some vlogs which are like top funnel content because they're interesting to watch, but then you can see some videos that are like how to come up with YouTube video ideas, how to write a script, how to do SEO, how to make thumbnails. All of these videos for mid-funnel, because they talk more about my offer and what I exactly do, and this is only interesting to people who actually have those issues and who might want to work with me. Out of those, let's say 5, 2 disappeared. We're nurturing those 3, and we are educating them how we can help them and stuff. And then through bottom funnel content, because they will not still buy here because they lack trust and they lack clear understanding and clear like a roadmap how we can actually like help them. So through bottom funnel content, where we are really going to make either some VSL or like client interviews, case study breakdowns, where we exactly show what we do, show our roadmap, and walk people through our offer. Here we convert. So out of those 3, let's say 1 is going to end up buying. So listen, what videos were good? So first video that worked really good is my story video. My story video, where you talk about more of who you are, where you introduce yourself, show your background, show how you came up here, how are you running this now business, for example, or where you started, where you're now. This works if you're selling any type of info product, any type of like B2C, because people in the end of the day buy from people. So by making my story video, they can resonate with you, and if they want to fuck with you, you're going to sell them easily your offer. I think my story video, like Iman Gadzhi, his entire journey, all of these videos are my story because they truly and emotionally connect with audience really good. Then we can make some full course videos, full course, 60 plus minutes, even like 2, 3, 5. I saw some 10 hours courses, and those videos are meant to literally give all of your sauce for free. Like give your own sauce, like at least like 99% of sauce, give for free, because people will then be like, if this guy give all that for free, imagine what I'll get if I pay. All these full courses, you can see like full e-commerce course, like full AI automation course, or full SMMA guide, like beginner's guide to SMMA 2026, or like videos like that are meant to give so much value, and they're usually used as VSL as well, because later this guy will pitch at the end of this course. So he will have either like CTA with like the description, and he will put there some links. Next video are these client interviews and case studies. These videos are good as a bottom funnel because you're going to show the actual results, show what you did for them, and they're going to talk about where they were before working with you, where they are now, and this builds trust. At the end of the day, every single business owner, when they enter your YouTube channel and when they see that you have client interviews, that you have results, they'll be like, okay, I trust this guy, I believe he can also deliver that to me. So all of these videos are really good. So client interviews, case study breakdowns. So these are 3 main ones that every channel should have. Besides that, you can have educational content that educates viewers on what you do, and action content These can be some, you know, challenges, some how-to videos. You need to have plan. And the way I like to do it is I like to strategize my videos towards a funnel. So I'll write like a funnel, and then I'll be like, okay, out of 10 next videos that I want to create, how many of these should be top funnel, how many of these should be mid funnel, and how many of these should be bottom funnel. And usually if you're starting from beginning, you should have more top funnel videos. So it's at least like 5 to 6 should be top funnel, then like 2 mid funnel, and 2 or 1 to 2 bottom funnel videos. So this is how the structure should look like in the beginning. Obviously later, if you have more attention, if you have a lot of followers on IG, let's say, and you're moving people to YouTube, then you can nurture more and, you know, focus on conversion more on YouTube, and you will decrease the number of top funnel videos and you will increase the number of bottom and mid funnel videos. Next section of this beautiful, valuable video is the system behind all knowledge that I shared today. So I want to first point out about CTAs, because most of you have completely like wrong CTAs. So the way I approach CTAs is that you obviously want to promote your offer, but you need to do that strategically. For example, you can't add mid-body CTA, which is like if your video is, this is, let's say, your video, we have their intro, then we have their body part, body, and there we have outro. So what you can do, one thing that you can do is that you can add right here, let's say 30% of the video, you can add right here mid body CTA. And if you pay attention closely enough, you will see that most big creators are, you know, interrupting you throughout the body part. Like, hey, by the way, if you like this video so far, you can click the link down below. Just, you know, 20 to 30 seconds. This alone increases, it can be literally like 30 seconds. This alone increases the conversion by adding this mid-body. I like to call it like mid-body CTA, because after your first body point, you can interrupt your audience and do this mid-body CTA, but you can't push it like in every single video. I like to do that in every like third or like fourth video, because I don't want to sound too pushy, but still I want to promote my service, right? So you can add this mid-body CTA. The next thing what you can do as well is, besides your description, so let's say this is your video, you have there, you know, description, and there you have comments. In description, in order to increase the session watch time, and session watch time basically means how much each, you know, viewer spend on YouTube platform as a whole, because YouTube only cares about two things. They care about CTR, care about session watch time, because if you can maximize all of these, like click-through rate and session watch time, YouTube will push your videos, which means that how you can increase session watch time, you can increase that when you put, for example, at the end of your video, you can put the link towards the next video, so viewers actually stay longer on platform and YouTube will reward you back. So this is how you increase session watch time. And instead of putting in description like LinkedIn or like IG link, because then you are moving people away from YouTube, by putting next video, like watch this next, watch this. If you put this, then people will click on this next video and your session watch time will be increased. On the other hand, because we want to still promote our offer, what I came up is that in comments, you can pin your comment where you can say something like apply to work, and then you put like a link here, and then you pin this comment, so people, when they, you know, scroll down a bit, they can see your comment, which is literally a CTA towards your landing page, towards your product, whatever you sell. So you can do it, or like say something like check this out, you know, and put this link, and you can pin this comment. So no matter how comments you have, your CTA link will be, you know, on top pinned. So this is another, let's say, secret that you can implement to like make money and to, you know, promote your offer. And I want to also tell you that, listen, it's good if you position your videos. So let's say I made this, you know, client interview, I made this my story video, I made one educational video, action-based video. By connecting in description, you know, by putting all of these like links towards the next video, I'm pretty much connecting each video. But then I want to also, on, let's say on one video right here, I want to connect that video to a VSL page, or like directly promote in my description this CTA. And this Imangazi used very well. He was, you know, pushing people towards this VSL that made him the most amount of money, that actually had a description call to action. On one video you can put a description like CTA towards this VSL that you made. Now last thing I want to point out is the actual consistency, because listen, if you can't stick at least like for 6 months to 1 year, nothing of that will work, because YouTube is organic game for a reason, and it is literally like called organic because it needs some time to work. It's not like ads you pay, but on YouTube you need to put an effort, and it will look like nothing is happening, but if you stick through those hard months when it seems like nothing is happening, it will just exponentially grow. So if you write one graph right here, most of you, and I will put like there is money and there is time. So most of you think that YouTube works like this: the more you post, it's like linear growth, but it's not. It's completely wrong, because it will happen that you will like post, and it will still be like zero. You will not make any money, you will not make any progress. But this doesn't mean that nothing is happening. YouTube just works differently than all other marketing channels. So with YouTube, the growth looks like this: nothing, and then you start, going like this. So you see, with linear growth, with like ads or like outreach, the more you do, more you'll get. But on YouTube, it looks like nothing is happening, but then it exponentially starts to grow, like month 6, month 7, month 8, right? So you need to put, or like even like if you're better, like it can happen like month 2 to 3 depending on your skills. But you need to, with this mindset, you can win, because most people start, they're like here and here, boom, they quit. And if they waited 2 to 3 months, they would profit a lot and they will get the same result, but like with different timestamps. So this is how you should view YouTube. Keep posting, be consistent. Every 7 days or at least like every 10 days you should post one video, and trust me, it will work. It just needs some time because the growth is exponential. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something valuable that you can implement within your own YouTube ecosystem. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments what video I should make next. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you really soon. Bye bye.